Fred Korematsu was best known as the Japanese American who unsuccessfully challenged the constitutionality of the internment of Japanese Americans during World War II. 40 years after the United States Supreme Court decided his case, another court revisited the U.S. government's treatment of Korematsu in Korematsu v. United States. In 1941, the U.S. declared war on Japan. The President issued Executive Order 9066, which gave the Secretary of War the power to designate military zones and keep people out of those areas. Congress made it a crime to ignore an order to leave a military zone. A portion of the West Coast was designated Military Area No. 1. Then an order excluded those of Japanese ancestry from living there unless they were in assembly centers. Fred Korematsu's ancestors were Japanese. He lived in Zone 1 but didn't report to an assembly center. Korematsu was convicted of breaking federal law, which was upheld on appeal. Decades after the internment of Japanese Americans ended, Congress created the Commission on Wartime Relocation and Internment of Civilians. The Commission's report stated there wasn't a military necessity for the internment. According to the report, the internment was an unjust product of racial prejudice, war hysteria, and leadership failures. Korematsu filed a petition for a writ of coram nobis to vacate his conviction, arguing that the conviction resulted from the government's misconduct. In support, Korematsu cited the report and government memorandums showing the government withheld evidence that internment wasn't necessary from the courts. The U.S. responded. Though the government didn't admit to wrongdoing or specifically oppose the petition, it moved the court to vacate Korematsu's conviction and dismiss the indictment. The judge decided Korematsu's petition and the government's motion to vacate.